Right from the start, you can feel the tension in the room. The judge's calm tone masks the gravity of what's about to unfold, a heartbreaking testimony about a baby's tragic death.
My name is Aubrey Smith. I am Royal's aunt, and I'm here today to make sure my sweet boy has representation and gets the justice that he deserves. On April 28, 2024, Royal lost his life after just 6 months and 4 days of being here on Earth. He only got 6 short months, but in that little amount of time, he stole the hearts of so many. On April 28, 2024, Royal was attacked by a dog in his own home under the supervision of his own parents. Everyone keeps saying it was a tragic accident, but it was far from that. Yes, it was an extremely tragic event, but it was not an accident. It was an incident. It cannot be considered an accident when Blake and Alyssa both knew how dangerous Kilo was, and yet still chose to keep him in the house and around the 2 innocent and defenseless children in the home. Blake and Alyssa both knew that Kilo was aggressive, or whatever term you want to use, but yet still chose to keep him in the home and around the children. They both had more than enough warnings to get rid of the dog, but yet still chose to keep him, and sadly, my sweet boy lost his life.
Notice how she says, not an accident, an incident. That distinction is powerful. In legal terms, it separates tragedy from negligence. And that's what this entire hearing hinges on: accountability versus intent.
Due to that, Royal tragically lost his life, and his big sister had to watch the incident take place because of Alyssa and Blake's negligence. Multiple people, including myself, Blake's grandmother, and Blake's mother, offered to help get rid of Kilo, but yet they still chose to keep him. We all told them that it was not safe to have Heaven and Royal around such a dangerous dog, but yet they chose not to listen, and now my sweet boy is gone forever because they chose to keep a dog over protecting the children in the home. I'm not saying this was done on purpose, or that either one of them wanted it to happen, but they also did not do anything to avoid it either. If they truly cared about Royal and Heaven in any way, they would have done anything to ensure their safety, but clearly they did not care enough. Blake may have shown a little more emotion and remorse than Alyssa, but I still do not think he was truly mourning the loss of his son.
This is the emotional core. She's not just grieving, she's accusing. And under the law, that kind of consistent negligence from both parents could easily elevate the case from a mere accident to criminal recklessness.
After Royal passed away, Blake continued to be reckless and continue on with his life as if nothing had ever happened. Him and Alyssa went about their lives as if their son had not just died. I'm not saying that he didn't mourn his son, but I do feel that he has shown no remorse for the incident that took place. Royal could still be here today, and would have just turned 2 years old this past Friday, if his parents would have been responsible and loved him enough to get rid of the dangerous dog in their home. Blake and Alyssa are both equally responsible for the death of their son, and I believe they should both serve the max amount of time possible in prison. Royal deserves justice for his life that was lost. They both lost their son that day, but it was due to their own negligence and decisions that they made. Blake knew how dangerous and vicious Kilo was, but still kept him in the house with 2 small, defenseless children with no care in the world. A parent who truly cares about their child would do anything and everything in their power to make sure that their child is safe, and Blake couldn't even get rid of a dog to protect his own child. The loss of Royal has absolutely destroyed me, and
It's devastating to imagine a child witnessing her sibling's death. This moment underscores not just emotional trauma but long-term psychological harm, something courts often weigh heavily in sentencing.
I'll have to live with for the rest of my life. I will forever try to think of ways I could have saved him or gotten him out of the situation sooner. Having to grieve the loss of a baby who felt like my son is something I never could have imagined myself having to do. That's not even the hardest part of it all, though. Having to watch Heaven grieve the loss of her little brother is even harder. Heaven had to watch her little brother and only sibling get mauled by a dog and die right in front of her. That is something she will never be able to recover from or get the pictures out of her head. My little girl will never be the same ever again. She will forever have to live with the guilt that she could not save her brother, when in reality it was not her fault at all. It was Alyssa and Blake's. Due to Blake and Alyssa's negligence, Heaven will never be able to live a normal life again. She will forever be haunted by the fact that her brother is gone forever. I personally believe Blake thought he could get away with this and everything would be swept under the rug. The past and the ones that came after. Your Honor, I strongly feel he deserves the entire sentence in prison. Royal deserves justice for his life that was lost. This incident has impacted so many other lives and left so many people heartbroken. There are many people who love Royal so much and are absolutely shattered by the loss. Blake and Alyssa have caused so much hurt to people. The incident was completely avoidable, but they didn't care enough about Royal or Heaven to protect them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. I appreciate your time and taking the effort to write that. Anything further from the state?
Nothing from the state to submit for your decision, Judge.
Mr. Van Bibber?
Your Honor, I believe that Mr. Wick and myself would like our client to make a statement regarding both cases at this point in time. However, he's pretty distraught, as the court can see. He's emotional. He has written a statement. If the court would allow me to read it.
Yeah, I'm just for procedural purposes. There's no reason sentence should not be imposed or the hearing should not go forward. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Bates, I'm going to say this just for the record as well. You have an opportunity to make a statement here today. You're not required to, but if you wanted to, you could. You can also have one of your lawyers make a statement, or you can make a statement, but we will accommodate whatever, so you have this opportunity.
Your Honor, he's elected for me to read the statement. He is emotional. So, on behalf of Mr. Bates, well, it was just another normal day, and I was doing stuff around the house, and I went down to the basement to look for...
And now, the father speaks. Listen carefully. His statement shifts from defense to confession. He accepts blame but also distances himself from what happened. It's a classic conflict between guilt and justification.
Some things that were still boxed up. We had just moved into the new house and had only been there a month, maybe a little longer. And I had just left the living room with my son and his mother and my stepdaughter all there together. I told his mother I was going down to the basement and that I would be back up when I found what I was looking for. I was down there for 15 minutes max, and all of a sudden there was screaming upstairs.
And there it is, the breaking point. Despite everything, his remorse is real. The law may decide punishment, but no sentence can ever match the weight of a parent's regret.
As fast as I could, and found his mom trying to tug him from the dog, so I grabbed the dog's mouth and pried it open. Then she takes the baby out front, and I lock the dog out back and call 911. I still don't know what really happened to cause this to happen. His mother has told 3 different stories as to what went down. Still, I blame myself for owning the dog, and I still take responsibility for this happening. I'm his father, and it's my job to keep something like this from happening. With that being said, his mother was there, and it all happened, and I was not, and that's where I messed up. It has haunted me every day since, and I will for the rest of my life. It eats at me, knowing that I'll never see my baby boy walk, talk, or grow up and experience anything like that at all.
Thank you.